Hey everyone. So basically, I leveled up. I completed the first 30 days of my rebranding journey on YouTube and kind of stepped it up a notch with posting on my other social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and I even joined TikTok, which that's another story. But anyways, I'm thriving. So I just wanted to give an update as to how things are going on this journey, how I'm feeling, maybe inspire other people who are on the same journey as far as starting a business, rebranding a business, pivoting in a different direction. So with that being said, the first thing that I had to do was really find my true motivation again. I really realized that I wanted more. I needed more. I knew that I have a purpose, that God gave me a purpose more than just what my regular 9 to 5 job was doing. So my true motivation was realized, and I said, okay, let me go ahead and get this thing going again. So after that, I got a new look. I got my logo redone. My first logo was really nice. It had kind of like a watercolor feature. I had gotten it done on Fiverr, but I just felt like I needed something a little bit different. So I got on Canva and I started kind of designing some stuff on my own, but it just wasn't coming together. Um, so I talked to my husband, and he knew a graphic designer that could kind of maybe give me what I wanted. The guy actually got it done really quick, and I didn't know if I was going to like it, but I actually liked it, when he showed it to me. So I went with that. So it kind of has two different versions, but I wanted to keep it really simple with some nice colors. So that was the second thing I did. The third thing was I got organized. I had a lot of stuff in storage. I got rid of my storage unit and I brought that back to where I'm living now and really just kind of sifted through some things that I wanted to keep and some things I wanted to get rid of. So I sold a few things on Facebook Marketplace. And then other things I just kind of kept because I wasn't sure, what I was going to do with them yet. So I got organized, and that's really helped me mentally make sure and see, okay, what do I have going on? What do I have inventory of? Fourth thing, and this is something that I'm constantly struggling with, is getting comfortable in front of the camera, getting comfortable using the camera, knowing where to look, which direction, how to make your camera pan a certain way, which direction, which angle should it be at when I'm filming. I started filming in selfie mode and watched a few videos and people recommended you flipping your phone around and, getting tripods and different lighting going so that your things kind of come to life. So that's what I'm just still constantly working on, is getting used to working the camera. I'm using just a regular smartphone. And it's not even an iPhone, it's a Samsung. And I'm still debating if I'm going to keep my Samsung or switch to iPhone. But anyway, that's another story. So basically, just getting used to being on camera, making sure I look decent, making sure my hair is decent. It's just a lot that you have to be, cognizant of. So I'm a work in progress. So the next thing I had to do was not be afraid to ask for help. Even when I had my business before, I would post on social media, and that was a lot to juggle, doing that and running a business as well. So this time around, I got help from someone who focused on content creation, and she basically really laid out a format as to how often I should post and gave me some ideas of how to post. In this day and age, there's so many tools that can really help you with your content creation, so many AI features. But there's also people out here who it's their job just to help you with content creation, because it's already a lot that you have to deal with in your everyday life running a business. So when you have someone that kind of helps you, guides you as to what things to post and how often to post and how long it should be based on what platform, it really does make your job a little bit easier. So that's one thing that I would say. If you're having troubles with knowing, okay, what do I need to talk about or what do I want to say so I'm not all over the place? So the last thing that I really had to do in these last 30 days was just learn to enjoy what I'm doing. Just learn to create. Don't compare myself to other people. I remember there were times when I had started my food truck, or I was doing a catering gig when I was on the food truck, and there might have been a day where we didn't get a lot of customers. And I would do all this preparation and we'd go out and you wouldn't make but so much money. For some reason, I wasn't so bummed, because I felt the freedom of knowing that, okay, I walked away from my full-time job and I was doing something that I really loved to do. And I knew that, okay, this might be a bad day, but it won't be like this forever. The same thing with when I had a catering gig. I would be so tired. There were times I'd spend hours in the kitchen cooking and preparing, but it was so worth it in the end. So, because I enjoyed what I was doing, I enjoyed pleasing my customers. I enjoyed knowing that my customers were happy with the end product. So with this situation, I just have had to learn to enjoy what I do. Just get in the kitchen and cook or bake and just kind of share my experience and share my experiences in starting a business and rebranding a business to pivoting into a different direction. That's something that, a lot of people need help with. So I'm just here to really share my version, share my story so that it can help other people along the way and just inspire you. So this morning I was reading in my Bible app, and the little daily plan that comes up every day where they give you a daily scripture and there's a guest speaker that is, giving a little quick 1 minute or 2 minute message. And then it goes into some scriptural motivations and it gives you a scriptural basis. So one of the scriptures that came up was Romans 8:25. And I guess it's set to the King James Version. And it reads, "But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it." So with that, I needed a little bit more clarity because, King James Version is old school. It's hard to understand certain context of the scriptures. So I switched it over to the New King James Version, and it said, "But if we hope for what we do not see, we eagerly wait for it with perseverance." And then I clicked it a little bit more to the NIV version, and it said, "But if we hope for what we do not yet have, we wait for it patiently." And this really spoke to me because there's so many times where I've wanted things in my life, and it just didn't come to pass, or it took forever to come to pass. And I would be questioning God and wondering, well, why can't I have that? Or why didn't I get that when I needed it? Why didn't, this come to pass when I wanted it? And this scripture just reminded me of being patient. We want so many things to happen in our life, but are we preparing ourselves for these things? Are we preparing ourselves for the blessings? Are we preparing ourselves in our waiting season? Are we being patient? So we have to really remind ourselves that, we're not on our time, we're on God's time. And we need to be really grateful for what he's blessed us with so far. Don't question God and wonder, well, why can't I have that? why didn't that happen for me? Why hasn't this happened for me yet? We need to really be patient in our waiting season. I'm just here to create and share my journey to inspire people. So with that being said, I just want to encourage you to be patient. I try to encourage myself to be patient in this waiting season. I don't know what this is going to grow into. I'm excited yet scared, but I'm always trying to make sure that I'm patient in my waiting season. All the things that I desire, that I ask of God, I have to be patient and have faith that those things will come to pass at the right time, and that also I'll be ready to receive them. So that's just a little recap of the first 30 days on YouTube. I really will try to put out more videos of me talking face to face. I would like to grow this channel and make it a safe space for people to come in and watch and comment, and also, give insight as to how their journey is going in their restart, in their rebranding journey, and in their waiting season as well. So if you haven't had a time to check out some of my videos, I'll be posting some of my videos of cooking and baking. I'm just really getting started, and I'm really excited to share with you everything that I'm going to be bringing out. So don't forget to like and subscribe and check out some of my other videos. All right. Talk to you soon.